Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able and remove your hats as Caesar Rodney High School's Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome Chaplain Dwayne Ragland from Dover Air Force Base.
Lord, we thank you for the gift of this beautiful day and the opportunity we have to be a part of this amazing event. We also thank you for those who have dedicated their time to make this event possible. We ask that you keep all of the drivers and their crew safe and allow them to show their talent and their skill that you have blessed them with. In your mighty name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from Annapolis, Maryland, the world-renowned sibling sensation, Jag Mac.
What?
Oh, can you see the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to our black was still there. Oh, Satan, that star-spangled banner yet waves. For the land of the free and the
Nice. What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight or today? How y'all doing? Today we got the Dover Xfinity race.
Yeah, I got one.
It's starting here. Actually, they did move up the start time a little bit from like 1:48, I think it was, to 1:32. So that's good. That's actually good because I might have to leave early. I have to work at 4, so like 3:50 would be the cutoff. But I think we can get it done by 3:50. Now that we're starting a little earlier. But I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
Historically, sauces are either sweet or spicy, but Arby's new King's Hawaiian Chicken Sandwich is both, because Arby's makes both history and sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
Meet Ultimate Hybrid, advanced ceramic and wax technology. The best of both worlds, but better. Only from Mothers.
Gordon Ramsay is putting 15 food entrepreneurs to the test.
Make sure that we're hitting that profit mark.
He'll put his own money.
That investment will change my life.
Where his mouth is.
Who will be my food star?
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars premieres Wednesday, May 24th on Fox.
Still sitting on a bucket or poorly built shop stool? Aren't you tired of the discomfort and back pain caused by your lousy shop stool? The days of tiny casters and thin seats are over. Meet the Viper Chair, America's #1 shop chair, made right here in the USA. The Viper Chair glides over any surface and loose debris with 4-inch industrial-grade casters. Relieve your lower back pain with a perfectly angled backrest. Prevent tipping and improve posture with a wide, sturdy base. Viper chairs are designed for every industry. Automotive, detailing, welding, or any other project in your garage, no matter what you love to do. With an artillery of accessories, Viper is here to help you with whatever the job requires. Stop wasting your money buying cheap shop stools and get yourself a Viper chair. Handcrafted right here in America. Shop ViperIndustrial.com to save up to $200 on packages and bundles, plus free shipping on all orders. Shop ViperIndustrial.com. That's BYPER Industrial.com.
There's a desire to be remembered. To be one of the few who live on. In the pursuit of greatness. We're all the same.
It's gonna be wild. And over.
It's those who conquer the monster.
What a finish.
Who become legends.
Good afternoon from Dover Motor Speedway, a place they call the Monster Mile. Tough on drivers, tough on cars. And today, hosting the Nascar Xfinity Series for the 77th time. Hey everybody, so good to have you with us live on FS1 with Joey Logano, Austin Dillon. I'm Adam Alexander. You know, practice and qualifying rained out here yesterday. We've got some really good drivers starting all throughout the field. If you've got a fast race car, but you're starting in the back, what's your approach here today?
Well, if you got a fast race car, go as fast as you can to get to the front. I mean, clean air is so key at every track we go to today, and Monster Mile is way better up front.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're one of these guys starting towards the back, these guys are very strong competitors that are super fast. They got a comp caution at 20 laps. Go as hard as you can, get that track position, knowing you're going to have an opportunity to re-rack the field soon.
In my mind, I'm saying, what's the balance of patience and aggression? I'm shocked the drivers say, just be all aggression here today. And speaking of which, that was the case last Saturday for Jeb Burton. We love upset winners in NASCAR. Jeb produced one, getting Jordan Anderson Racing their first win at Talladega.
And the win continues, right? It's great that they already won the race. They got that. Now they're locked into playoffs. Now they come here to get a good start in position, starting fourth. And now they're also in the dash for cash for a chance to cash in on another $100,000. So they have definitely taken that momentum and continued it on here to Dover.
It is a big thing in NASCAR. When you can get the momentum, the ball rolling forward, Jordan Anderson Racing, so cool to see him get the win. And this week they're starting up front again with another shot.
And what an opportunity for this organization to go for a championship. Here's the playoff leaderboard. 9 races in, 5 regulars have won and locked themselves into the playoffs. Austin Hill, John Hunter Nemechek, Chandler Smith, Jeb Burton, and Sammy Smith. I also want you to notice down below the cut line, Sam Mayer and Brandon Jones, 2 drivers from Junior Motorsports. Not only did they win this season, they're on the outside looking in when it comes to making the playoffs. A long way to go, but plenty of work to do. My suggestion, go out and get some stage points here today. It's just about time to do battle with the Monster Mile. Let's go trackside and get the command of fire engines.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome the chairman of A-Game Beverages and 2-time World Series champion for the Boston Red Sox
Johnny Damon.
and the New York Yankees, Johnny Damon.
We love Johnny Damon.
Drivers,
Woo!
start your engine!
I love Johnny Damon. He's so awesome.
Johnny Damon, no stranger to the highlight reel. Plenty of highlights coming on track today. It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series in Dover. Green flag is next.
Ram owners have heart for being determined, and bold. That's why it's time for you to be a Ram.
During Ram Truck Month, get 1.9% financing plus $2,000 bonus cash on the 2023 Ram 1500.
How do we still know so little about the ocean?
How does she still have cable when Hulu Plus Live TV has over 85 live channels plus access to Disney Plus and ESPN Plus?
Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV. It makes sense. You guys talking about me?
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole business part.
Not anymore. With QuickBooks, you can confidently manage your business. New business, no problem. Success starts with Intuit QuickBooks.
Ray Magliozzi here. When you need parts, eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Hey, Dave?
Yep. Wait.
Oh, those new wipers.
They're small.
Just go to eBay Motors where the check means a guaranteed fit. That's right.
The Barn Bar. The county's best hangout. Just got better. Here's the Living Smooth with the always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
Sunday, the stars of Nascar head to FS1 for a clash in the concrete canyons of Dover.
This place is a monster.
The World 400. Sunday on FS1.
May 7th on Fox. The stars are out.
Let's go!
The Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, begins with the Masters Agility Championship, May 7th on Fox.
Still sitting on a bucket or poorly built shop stool? Aren't you tired of the discomfort and back pain caused by your lousy shop stool? The days of tiny casters and thin seats are over. Meet the Viper Chair, America's #1 shop chair, made right here in the USA. The Viper Chair glides over any surface and loose debris with 4-inch industrial-grade casters. Relieve your lower back pain with a perfectly angled backrest. Prevent tipping and improve posture with a wide, sturdy base. Viper chairs are designed for every industry: automotive, detailing, welding, or any other project in your garage, no matter what you love to do. With an artillery of accessories, Viper is here to help you with whatever the job requires. Stop wasting your money buying cheap shop stools and get yourself a Viper chair. Handcrafted right here in America. Shop ViperIndustrial.com to save up to $200 on packages and bundles, plus free shipping on all orders. Shop ViperIndustrial.com. That's BYPER Industrial.com.
Dover Motor Speedway, the concrete mile.
This is one of the most physically challenged tracks that we have.
Fast cars go fast at Dover. It just works like that.
This monster will bite you if you're not careful. Attack! Sandler goes sideways and Allgaier wins it.
Cindric does it at Dover. Josh Berry celebrating at the Monster Mile.
I don't think we have a race winning car.
We've seen it all in the first 10 weeks of the Nascar Xfinity Series. Today, taking on the Monster Mile. Weather looks pretty good despite some rain in the area yesterday. 63 degrees right now, cloudy skies. And you know one driver that's been seeing a lot of sunshine lately? Cole Custer. I mean, he has been rolling. Some ups and downs to begin the campaign. You see his first 6 races, didn't finish in the top 5, did win a couple of stages at California. But the last 3 weeks, top 5 each and every race, average finish of 4th, and he's earning those points to get a spot in the playoffs. Let's go from the driver's seat. 0-0 starting on the front row today.
Let's talk to Cole Custer, Joey Logano up here at the Fox booth. You got us?
Yep, I got you guys.
All right, we were just checking out your stats. You got some momentum rolling. 3 top 5s in the last 3 races. Started up front here again today. What are you thinking?
Well, it's been a strong track for us, and like you said, I feel like we've kind of hit our stride a little bit. So hopefully you can have a good, fast, awesome-emission Ford Mustang today. Keep us up front. I think track position is really going to matter. So it's been a good track for us. Don't blink it either at the end.
Copy that, man. Well, good luck. We're sure you're going to be up front most of the day. You got that track position you want. Hang on to it.
Thank you, guys.
Just about time to go green. Let's get a word from our pit reporters. Actually, let's take a look at our starting group before we go downstairs. And we'll look at these first 5 rows. Check out the names. Rows 1 and rows 2 are the drivers going for the Dash for Cash. Cole Custer we talked to, Martin Kligerman is on the pole. Row 2, you have Sheldon Creed, who was so good last week at Talladega. And then there's Jeff Burton, last week's winner, going for the $100,000. Row 3 on back, we're seeing some names as we work our way through this top 10 that we don't normally see starting up here because qualifying was washed out yesterday.
Yeah, this is what happens, especially after a super speedway event. You have some different players in the games that had a really good finish last week. They come back here to Dover, qualifying gets rained out, starts on the metrics. You see Josh Williams starting up there in row 4.
Yeah, you know, it's a great opportunity for these guys to see what their cars have with a different type of air. The more you move to the front, the clean air really helps. So it's an exciting part for these guys that don't really qualify that well. They get to start up front.
Yeah, we'll see those comers and goers, no doubt, this afternoon. Now we hear from our pit reporters. We got Josh Sims down there with the 2015 Dover winner, Regan Smith. Hey, Regan.
Well, Adam, Josh Berry has been on fire this season. 7 top 10s through the first 9 races. In all but one of those races, though, he has had to come from the back of the pack at some point during the course of the event. Today, a little bit different challenge. He's going to start 19th. He's got to come from mid-pack at the beginning of the race. He told me he's not concerned about that. He's got plenty of experience doing that this year. The biggest challenge for him will be keeping the fenders on that race car, keeping it clean, and not trying to get too much too early as he works his way forward. Josh?
Well, Regan, it was a scary wreck last week for Daniel Hemrick at Talladega, one in which he flipped and then came to a rest upside down on his roof. Well, surprisingly, I talked to him and he said by Monday he felt fine. Even after the wreck, he felt okay. He felt good enough to go to his normal scheduled workout, no soreness, no anything. Now turning to today and Dover, this is a place where he's been able to finish in the top 10, but not competing for wins. So he said this year they made some big swings to their setup and hoping that it gives them that extra oomph that they need to get a win here today, guys.
Thank you, Josh. We talked about it. What a wild Saturday it was last week at Talladega. 10 cautions, 2 red flags. We showed you what happened to Hemrick there, and a very scary moment for the 0-2 as well. Kyle Weatherman driving today for Our Motorsports. He's in for Blaine Perkins, and this is the crash that happened late in stage 2 a week ago. Up and over, barrel rolling down the back straightaway.
I thought the camera work was crazy to see how high he gets rolling down the backstretch. Above these motorhomes at one point where you can see the roof of the car.
Blaine was taken to a local hospital, evaluated, stayed there for a couple of days, then was released. He's back home now. Blaine, we're glad you're home, doing well. We miss you. We hope to see you back at the track soon. And take good care of yourself. And we'll look forward to watching Kyle Weatherman, who's driven this car this season, had success. He starts 35th here today after qualifying was washed out one day ago. Now we look at our race analysis. 200 laps today, 200 miles obviously here on the 1 mile concrete surface. The stage breakdown, 45 laps in stage 1 and stage 2, then a long run to end it.
All right, here we go.
100 laps. The one thing, though, we need to bring up here is how strategy will play out. Those tires you were going to use in practice yesterday, they've carried them to the race. Competition caution at lap 20. The big question is going to be, do you come down and use that extra set there, or do you save them until later in the race?
Well, I think the opportunity here, lap 20, I think you have to put tires on. This track is very green. We've seen the tires wear out a lot in cup practice just a few minutes ago. So I think at lap 20, you got to put tires on. Where the opportunity for track position to shuffle it up is when you come to the end of stage 1, right? You're going to have less than 20 laps on your tires, by racing. You have the opportunity at stage 1 to stay out and then make that a longer run into stage 2. It's all going to depend on what the tire wear looks like after the first 20 laps. It'll get better as a track representative. But I think for some of the guys that have started in the back that may get trapped back there, there's an opportunity for them right there.
The good news for those drivers starting up front, you have track position, which does give you some options. Among them, Jeff Burton, last week's winner, starts 4th today. Here's what Jordan Anderson, the car owner, said about the significance of getting the checkered flag 7 days ago.
Huge weekend for us in more ways than one. I mean, the race purse money goes a long way. You look long term and look at making the playoffs. And I'm all in on this thing. I want us to keep winning races. The first one is always the hardest, so hopefully now that we have this first one won, we can keep adding to that win tally and keep building this team up every year. Going to Dover, the opportunity to win $100,000. Some big teams go against, but the Monster Mile, anything can happen. So I don't think a lot of people had us on their scorecard to win Talladega, and who knows, we might sneak one in there.
It wasn't just Talladega. I mean, that's where they won. But if you look at their stats recently, they have been coming on first year as a two-car organization. Let's listen to 2017 radio.
All right, fellas. Last week was good, but it's a new week. Gotta keep it going. Run on the lap. Think what it'll give us.
VP 2024, you aren't able to show the video of the race. I don't have stream access code. I can't show the video of the race, unfortunately. I wish I could, but if I did, YouTube and NASCAR would fucking come at me with swords. So, sorry.
Swinging, and there you see the 31, and we saw it in our starting lineup. He's starting up there in row 3. He's got experience at this track, having raced here a year ago. So keep an eye on not just the 27, but the 31 today for Jordan Anderson racing.
Yeah, Parker's a team Dillon management driver. I've been working with him a little bit. The Funkaway Chevy with Jordan Anderson. And Jordan did a good job of building a group of fighters right there. Jeb's a driver. He kind of reminds me of Jordan a little bit. They fight for everything they can get out there in the racetrack.
Well, it's great to see a young team owner like Jordan be able to jump out here. There's some big dogs he's competing against, right? Look at Cole Custer there, Stuart Haas. You have some real hitters, and Gibbs you're going against RCR, Collie. I mean, you've got some hitters, and they were able to succeed not only just last weekend by finally bringing in the Victor Lane, but overall points, right? I mean, they're up there. I mean, Jeff's for points. He's not that far out of it when it comes to top 10 points either.
Parker Kligerman on the pole, takes the outside lane. Cole Custer to his inside. I feel like we saw that a lot last year. When you're in control of the race, take the outside lane. That'll be something to watch and how things develop as the day goes on.
It definitely seems like the launch from the outside lane is most of the time worth about a row by the time you get to the start-finish line. So I think there's an advantage on the top side here to get going here for sure.
48 pushed the 27 late last week, so it seems only fitting. Starting today, it'll be the 27 behind the 48. Weather was a question mark. Things have cleared out. We're ready to go racing. 200 laps, 200 miles. Let's make it happen here in Dover, Delaware.
Green flag.
See the bottom line is going to from the bottom with the 2-ish on the trees given Cole Custer a good push there.
We're going to see this track clear right there. Quite a bit as the day goes on.
Inside lane came to start. Cole Custer jumps to the lead in front of Parker Kligerman. Creed settles in third.
Too fancy here to start.
They're way loose back there in the back. You see that red car? He was sideways, and they're racing for second.
3 times in his career, Sheldon Creed has been a runner-up. Former Truck Series champion, has not been to Victor Lane in the Xfinity Series. He takes P2 here, and Jeff Burton looking for 4th. Toyota on board, John Hunter Nemechek, one of those drivers starting outside the top 20 to keep an eye on today.
You see that this is where Dover gets kind of fun, right? This 2 lanes that you see here right now. Look at the Austin Hill. He's going to try to go 3 wide on the bottom here, and he's able to get under him. He's going to get tight at the 3.
Aggressive move early from the 21. Look at the 16, starting 10th, but Chandler Smith is on the move, the rookie for Collie. Behind him, Brandon Jones in the 9.
I don't know about you, Joey, but I'm a proponent of no more practice involvement at the start of this race.
Well, you got so many cars that don't know what your car's going to do, right? You fire off in there. You got to drive it hard. You can't work your way up into it. You got to go hard right off the bat. And you don't know what your car is going to do. It might be real loose, might be real tight. But you have to pound.
There's probably a competition caution, right?
The weekend, 2 of the pre-race favorites, no doubt. Josh Berry in the 8 who won this race a season ago, and we're on board once again with the 20 in Nemechek.
There is so much passing going on. We knew this would happen because it feels so jumbled up, right? We have some faster cars towards the back, some slower ones in the front. It's really producing a lot of crazy racing right now.
45, Raja Carew, full-time in the Craftsman Truck Series. Making a handful of starts this year on the Xfinity side. With Tommy Joe Runs out the Prime Racing. This is the circle on-board camera, the driver's eye.
Oh, trouble!
Clements in the 51. First caution of the afternoon. 5 laps in.
No damage there.
Clements was up inside the top 10, running 9th when it got away from him.
Highway just got loose on the Riley Hertz there, most likely. Does a good job staying off Riley, and also doing a good job not hitting the wall. Everyone else did a good job not hitting him.
Yeah. Very fortunate there. Unfortunate the fact that he had that track position. Now he's got to go back to the back and kind of work his way back forward. But a lot of these guys, only 5-6 laps into the race, they're probably keying up, trying to give a little information to the crew chief to tell him that competition caution at lap 20.
Cole Custer's led every lap so far. 6 complete in Dover. Creed, Klergerman, Austin Hill, Chandler Smith, the top 5.
My A1C was up here. Now it's down with Rebelsis.
His A1C?
It's down with Rebelsis.
My doctor told me Rebelsis lowered A1C better than a leading branded pill.
And that people taking Rebelsis lost more weight. I got to my A1C goal and lost some weight too.
Rebelsis isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Rebelsis if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Rebelsis and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Gallbladder problems may occur. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Rebelsis with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Need to get your A1C down?
You may pay as little as $10 per prescription.
Verizon Frontline is the advanced network for first responders on the front lines. Built to prioritize first responders. Built for extreme conditions. Built for the most reliable 5G network in America. Verizon is the #1 network choice in public safety. Because when seconds count and lives are on the line, the people we rely on need technology they can rely on. From the network America relies on.
When I started as a stunt driver, I had to create my own path. So I got in my Ford and I got to work. Literally every moment of the day, I just trained. And now I can confidently say that I'm one of the top drivers in this industry.
At Dog Chow, we believe helping dogs live their best life should be simple. That's why Dog Chow is made with high-quality protein and no fillers. Purina Dog Chow. Keep life simple.
We lost part of our forest to fire several years ago. We decided to stay in public cover. People who have heavy machinery have the opportunity to reach out and help their neighbors for the common good.
Getting ready for a restart here at Dover. Some big movers early because some big name drivers started in the back. Sammy Smith +9 after rolling 28. Justin Allgaier in the top 10. +7 for Ryan Sieg. Good day so far for John Hunter Nemechek. We had the choose as we come to the restart here. Cole Custer said, give me the outside lane. RCR teammates, your guys down there working together in that inside lane.
Yeah, I'm pumped up after the original start. Sheldon really looked racy to start. 21 was pumping 48 pretty good. So we'll see how these RCR boys do right here. See if they can work together and take the lead back from 0-0.
A little bit older tires on this restart. You're going to have a little bit wheels to that to be ready for that.
Drivers in the pylon highlighted in purple going for the $100,000. The dash for cash. Competition caution coming at 10 laps.
I'd say that's one thing I've seen already 2 times. Sheldon created that too. Launches through the restart zone to the start finish line better than anybody. He pushed Cole Custer on the original start. On the restart, he just beat Cole Custer up through the gear box.
I would say helping the teammate. I think that was all on the shoulders of Sheldon Creed. He was shot out of a cannon on the restart. 2 out front.
Yeah, they both look good. Good launch on those starts. That definitely helps.
Go, Sheldon.
They show command like that.
Austin Hill comes through to second. 1-2 at the front for RCR. Sheldon was top 10 here a season ago. And this is a group that has a lot more momentum in the first 10 races of 2023 than they had a year ago. Man, a 19 will 2 for 1. Right?
How about Kyle on pole tomorrow? I know, right? I'm pumped. Pumped. Kyle better win tomorrow.
Brothers, they always run well here. They do.
Would love to see it.
Had a shot to win this race.
He celebrated too start the East Championships here. So he knows success at this place, and older brother Martin got his first career cup win here, so never surprising to see a Truex have good fortunes in Dover, Delaware. He's up to 5th now in the 19 and knocking on the door of the 48, our pole sitter Parker Kligerman.
And this is the way you pass cars right here. You see Ryan Truex just do it. You start packing air. We call it packing air in the rear spoiler of Parker Kligerman. And that's a big deal here at Dover. You start getting someone right on your back bumper. You start getting loose all the way through the corner. Before you know it, they turn underneath you on the exit. Perfect textbook pass by Ryan Truex.
He's on a roll early talking about Truex, John.
He was one of 10. He was one of the top 10 in 10 lap averages, so that was also cool. I'm glad we got practice in at least, yeah. I think it'll be a Monday race. I'm thinking so too. But I will be here for, I don't work Monday. Even if I did work, I would call out, but Monday looks good for weather, so that's good. We're just going to see a second straight Dover Monday race.
You know, Brad slipped one in last week at Talladega, and I didn't even catch it.
And it would be 3 Dover races in the or 3 Monday Dover races in the last 5 years.
Bring out our first caution, tracked on the outside of Jeffrey Earnhardt.
That's where you got to be patient. You know, you're only 4 laps or so away from the competition caution and coming at lap 20.
He's probably got new tires on, obviously, right here, so he's going to save us at some point.
I would think so.
Looking at drivers in the top 10 as you check out that scoring pylon, they didn't all start there. Justin Allgaier up to 7th, Josh Berry to 10th.
That 19 is really strong on the entry of the corner.
There's Berry working over Chandler Smith.
Oh!
Spin, Ryan Ellis.
No caution.
We stay here. So far, no caution. How about that?
Green on a similar spin, able to stay out of the way, get down to the apron, get back up to speed.
Leaders are coming fast too. So go ahead and bring it in.
I wondered if he was going to pit because he may lumber around another couple of laps. You're going to get the caution. You stay on the lead lap. You pit here, and no doubt you're going to go a lap down. There goes Sheldon Creed by right there, the race leader.
You see it kind of
I hope not. Like last year, I'll be at school. Well, community college now. The weather was supposed to rain where I live in Virginia all weekend, but it's sunny right now, so we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I remember twice, Pocono 2016, where it got postponed to Monday, and Dover 2019, where it got postponed to Monday. My dad came and picked me up early from school so I could watch the race. That was pretty awesome.
There goes the 8, last year's winner.
Yeah, and he made a great pass there. He was able to move up the racetrack. As you see an issue
Slow
here
car on track.
Alfredo.
Caution, but the competition caution anyway.
And this will be the competition caution for sure, right? I mean, you had to throw it in this scenario. Yellow was out. We knew it was coming. And now teams will have to make that decision. Do you come down and pit here, or do you save those tires? And problem on the right front there for the 78 of Alfredo.
I'd say she's flat. I'm not being able to see it here, but as low as the splitter is on that one side.
This is what we talked about going to the race. The track's green. If you were aggressive on camber, you're in trouble today because the rubber doesn't seem to be really laying down. You see a little darker hint in the middle, but man.
Surgeon now here we see him going down into the corner, nose bouncing a lot. That's part of it. There's almost looks like a brake rotor right there.
Good.
I think the brake rotor come apart, and that probably punctured the wheel.
2 weeks in a row, this team has had bad fortune early in the race. He felt like he had a real shot to win at Talladega after qualifying inside.
Hey Sam, Kyle Busch P1 pole tomorrow, bro. Hope to see Kyle Busch win tomorrow. I hope to see him get his 3rd win of the season too. That's what I'm hoping for. And he was fast in practice.
Do you not pit? And it looks like a whole bunch of them are coming down, although some stayed out. The RCR guys did.
We could be seeing it on Monday though. Then again, a couple of times I saw one of my favorite Cup drivers, one on Monday, both at Bristol Spring, 2017 by Jimmy Johnson, 2018 by Kyle Busch.
Feel pretty good about position, try and save that set for the next staging.
I wonder how much
I remember those races.
About saving the tires versus just maintaining track position at the front of the field. You don't want to give it up, and You know, we're going to go back to the green flag inside of 20 laps to go in the stage. We'll see where the balance is on tires versus the track position. Caution number 2, our cup caution. Sheldon Creed leading at Dover.
Oh, what's this on the track?
Known as a loving parent. Known for lessons that matter. Known for being a free spirit. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 16 types of cancer. One of those cancers is advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer, where Keytruda is approved to be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
Depending on the type of cancer, Keytruda may be used alone or in combination with other treatments, and is also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
I need to try it first.
You know, those mornings when it takes just a little bit extra to get you out of bed. This might be it. Wake up to the goodness of Jimmy Dean.
Getting ready to wrap up stage 1. Let's do a little Xfinity Series index. Stock up. You got to go with Jeff Burke, who won last week. Cole Custer has been on a roll. We talked about earlier. Sheldon Creed, the runner-up at Talladega. His teammate Austin Hill on a bit of a slide after winning 3 races out of the gates. Riley Herbst still looking for his first win. They had all those top 10s, and now they can't get it going. And Junior Motorsports is winless, which is really incredible. Just got to note Justin Allgaier, one of those that pitted, was speeding, so he drops to the rear, losing some more track position. The Jews, Sheldon Creed takes the outside, Austin Hill takes the inside here.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen Sheldon Creed take the outside as the leader. So we'll see how he does here. You've seen so far he's had great launches. His teammates on the bottom.
He's got a little damage from that brake rotor too, right there on the front end.
Flag.
Too far. Factor handling too much. But if he gets that clean air, he'll be on.
Inside lane, worked just fine. Outside lane, another great launch for Sheldon Creed. He jumps back to the point.
Austin's up here. Austin Dillon. He's pretty excited. He's shaking his head right now. Both RCR cars up front. They definitely both fire off really, really good. What happens on the long haul is the big question. Austin Hill, the pressure, and Sheldon Creed big time.
Well, cycles on tires like that, let your tires pull back down. They got to go quite a ways here on this older set of tires. It's going to help them if they can get to the stage break in 20 laps.
Well, Sheldon's going to have to go. Austin's going to keep dogging him right there. Eventually, you might get him.
The Smiths doing battle. Chandler and Sammy racing right around 10.
Where it gets tight here. The 2/3 point in the corner. You see a 27 Jeff Burton and Hemrick down there on the bottom. Hemrick needs to lift into 2/3 to finish that corner. And he's going to try to, he clears him this time, or he's going to be able to get up the racetrack.
And all the drivers you see here made a pit stop at lap 21 and got those 4 tires. What's up, Josh?
Let's get an update on the team of Sheldon Creed. At the start of the race, he has such a strong car. They felt good enough to stay out, but then they got some damage from a piece flying off the 78. And you see they've got a hole in the nose there. So the team told them, we're going to get it fixed up at the end of this stage. But for now, you might fire up just a little bit tighter than you were at the start of the race, Regan.
Well, Josh, communication is always the key. And there was a lot of that with the 00. Cole Custer and his crew chief, Jonathan Toney, told him on the first caution, he felt like the track was really rubbering in nicely. When this competition caution came out, he said, my tires feel really good. We don't have to pit here. There was a lot of question marks on these crew chiefs when this race started. That communication helped them to make their decision.
And he just got passed by Ryan Truex, who did make a pit stop, get those tires 19 best of the bunch, then elected to come down pit road at lap 21, and there's Allgaier. You speed, you get put in the back, and you got to race your way through. It is hectic.
You speed, you get put in the weeds. That's for sure back there. That's where you want to be if you're Justin Allgaier, getting through the field as quick as you can.
I like that. I've never heard that one, Joe. That's good. He's definitely in the
I've never heard it either.
Joey's been rehearsing in the bus before he comes up.
That's great info, man.
When you look at the front of this pack here right now, Cole Custer losing a couple spots here the last few, some guys on tires coming back through the field. I think also you look at Sheldon Creed up front, not able to pull away this time as much as he was able to the run before. You got to think that hole in the nose is really hurting him, and he's going to lose track position in the next caution because you have to fix the nose. You know, if he loses the 30 or the clean air and gets into dirty air now, it's just going to make all his problems worse, which I don't think he's going to hold off Ryan Truex for many more laps.
Yeah, that's just a lack of front downforce. When that air is moving through there, it didn't have the downforce that he had at the beginning of this race. Hopefully they can fix it at the break. But I mean, stage points wise, he's still in a great position. You know, he's racing for points where he's at right there. If the 19 does pass, he just needs to hold things down here in second and try and get those points to end the stage. Don't fight too hard for this. You're at a disadvantage here on tire.
13 laps to go, and there's the 19. Ryan Truex going to become our third leader of the day. It was Cole Custer. It was Sheldon Creed.
Look at this crossover.
Yeah, the crossover. Okay, officially, Truex has not led a lap yet.
Oh, he's got loose underneath him. Fighting hard to try to maintain that clean air we talked about is so important. There's no defending the 19 though. Ryan Truex so fast and tire advantage and not a hole in his nose.
And his teammate has tires as well. You saw the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek flashing up to third.
And this whole strategy of staying out there was really interesting to me. I would have thought definitely would have wanted to pit it there, but I don't know. Regan, you got an update on the 20.
Well, Joey, John Hunter Nemechek, one of those cars that did pit. I just checked with the team. Their tires look great. They gave me an immediate thumbs up that everything was all good. His car, pretty fast, has good stability, just needed more rotation. And think back to Richmond earlier this year when the Gibbs cars decided to stay out. I believe they maybe wanted to today, but were a little gun-shy based on what happened at Richmond earlier.
Nemechek did that, eventually got the free pass, came back and nearly won the race. So did Sammy Smith. He also pitted here after starting 28th. The third car from Joe Gibbs Racing being scored back in the 8th position.
There's something I see about this racetrack right now. Look how dark it's getting. All that rubber being laid down. John Hunter Nemechek noticing that, moving up the racetrack, trying to find that clean air against the 2-car here. Following him is not what you want to do. You want to get air on the nose, so you got to get way up the racetrack to get that. Turns down the hill, huge run. Can't stop that one.
That's one of the most fun positions to be in as a race car driver, when you're looking out the front and you can search a little bit and find that clean track up the hill and get those huge runs. Those guys that are still on the bottom and cross them over. It makes you feel like Superman.
It definitely does.
If you're going to win today, I feel like you need to have a red, white, black car because you had Custer up there, you had Creed up there, Truex is leading the race, Nemechek, similar paint scheme.
Fast colors.
For Truex, though, this is his 89th start, only the 8th time he's led in Xfinity competition. And you look at our Toyota top performers, Truex on point, Nemechek second. I mentioned Sammy Smith back there in the 8th position.
And you say it's only the 8th time he led, but I bet a lot of those times he's led, it's been here in Dover. He's been very strong here in the past.
I remember Phoenix, really good to him when he was driving that 8-car for Junior Motorsports, nearly won. Don't recall if he led laps that day a handful of years ago, but those are the types of tracks where he seems to really enjoy success. Cole Custer out front for the first 9, but he's drifting back on those older tires. Sammy Smith trying to get by.
Cole Custer fighting hard for stage points at this point. Kind of a surprise, but it goes to show what tires are worth, right? And all the crew chiefs right now are taking notes. They're saying, okay, how many laps of green did we run before this? When did everyone pit? And where do these tires work? And it looks like guys are really able to drive through the field with tires on.
This is probably going to be the worst those old tires are going to be because of the green track that we started on. I mean, it's probably the double whammy effect. At least when the rubber's laying down later in the race, you might be able to make an older set of tires work a little bit longer.
At this point, if you're Cole, you got to fight him hard. You can't let anyone get by you. He's running that higher lane. It's a good defensive line. It's a lot harder to clear someone on the bottom. He's going to try to maintain the position he's in, try to 4 more laps and get some points. Don't think he's going to be able to get Sammy Smith here.
He's not giving up.
Yeah, the momentum off the top really helps down the straightaway. It's almost like he needs to get even higher if they can to get a little more of that clean track.
Smith all clear now. Custer back to 8.
Sorry, I missed comments for a few minutes because my screen froze. My iPad keeps freezing, which is where I have my KD got a lifetime deal with Nike, yeah. I'm happy, Kyle, for I missed being in the number 18, yeah.
Getting involved in that accident late. Lap traffic now for Ryan Truex.
I kind of missed Dover being in the chase.
Winning the opening stage.
And he is checked out.
I do think there should be 2 Dover races.
Just chilling right now. You see the second best car, Josh. Comes a third to Sheldon Creed.
Side tight. Barely there.
Clear. Clear. One more mile for Ryan Truex in this first stage at Dover.
The Lucky Dog battle right behind him. You see as he passes these guys are going to pick behind him. We're going to fight super hard to try to get the Lucky Dog. They know it's between them two.
Ryan Truex had never won a stage. We talked about his stats as far as leading laps, but he's going to check the box today.
All right, Ryan Truex wins stage 1.
The hometown driver, right? This is his home track. Truex wins it.
He's got a hot rod today. That thing really scoops through the corner, and be interesting to see what the strategy is now. He's got that stage break. Can they take tires again here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an opportunity to stay out here, but we'll have to wait and see when we get back from commercial.
Nemechek is there. Creed, Hill, Berry, all getting points. 45 laps in, stage 1 in the books at the Monster Valley.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. And they felt dramatic and fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq Relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
As someone living with type 2 diabetes, I want to keep it real and talk about some risks. With type 2 diabetes, you have up to 4 times greater risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Even at your A1C goal, you're still at risk, which if ignored could bring you here. May put you in one of those, or even worse. Too much? That's the point. Get real about your risks and do something about it. Talk to your healthcare provider about ways to lower your risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Learn more at getrealaboutdiabetes.com.
The science of shine. Lightning fast with ultra-durable, super hydrophobic results. Mother's CMX line of car care products. The advanced science of shine.
I need to try it first.
Ego, Milwaukee, Steel,
All the top-rated brands, all run on their own single battery system, and all come from one source, your local Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Time to meet your team.
Who wants to race?
Be part of something greater.
Yeah, we love our house, but the cost of homeownership has been a struggle. Utility prices rising. Sweetie, you practice that somewhere else.
American Idol live on both coasts this week. I thought American Idol got canceled like 6 years ago.
Well, on the bright side, new customers who bundle and save with Progressive save over 20% on average.
Sorry, we let them practice here on Thursdays. Sounding good, friends?
Stage one is complete. Your winner, Ryan Truex. I mentioned it earlier. This guy has really been good at Dover, celebrating a couple of championships here with old Ibdub, by the way. Wrecking here, Adam. I lost my headset. Got excited. Michael celebrates his 60th birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to Michael. He might have wished I just left the number out.
It's a big one, though. You got to say it.
It is. And we were mentioning the numbers earlier, but what Ryan Truex has been able to do so far this year, a couple of top fives, last couple of finishes outside the top 10. They will pit here, and looks like they're bringing everybody else with them. Here they are, Regan.
Adam, the 20th, John Hunter Nemechek needed to be freed up the first run. Still needs a little bit more this run. Said he just can't complete the corner the way that he wants to exit off the corner the way he wants to right now. And the 8 of Josh Berry, his car started tight, continued to get more tight as the run went on. He was guarding against the right front tire just a little bit at the end, Josh.
Well, the biggest concern for your stage one winner, Ryan Truex, is that he's starting to lose grip in turns 3 and 4. Remember, he already came in and got a set of tires, getting tires once again, and then moving on to the 2 of Sheldon Creed. He had that damage on the nose, so they're going to tape that up because he's starting to get tighter and tighter towards the end of the run.
Race off pit road, always big at Dover, and it's going to be Ryan Truex who holds serve. And not bad for the 2-car of Sheldon Creed with all the work they had to do. We're 50 laps in, it's been the Ryan Truex show. He wins the stage. Look at the hair. 2009. 2023, 14 years later, it's glamorous.
I got a heart like a truck. It's been drugged through the mud.
Ram owners have heart for being fearless, determined, and bold. That's why it's time for you to be a Ram.
I think 2014 was the final year that it was on Fox. Yeah, I remember they had gotten canceled like 3 years ago.
The future is here. We've been creating it for more than 100 years. From the most advanced technology to the broadest, most reliable network of sales and service dealers. We lead, others follow.
I need to try it first.
Cool nights start with Ashley this summer, with Tempur-Pedic mattresses starting at $37 per month and 0% interest for 60 months. Visit the Mattress Gallery at your local Ashley store to explore our wide selection of mattresses from all the top brands. Only at Ashley.
The Braves battle the Mets, or the Cubs take on the Marlins. It all starts at 4 Eastern on Fox Saturday Baseball.
You've got Verizon Home Internet. Now, we're making it even easier for you to save more with Mobile Plus Home Discount. Fios customers can get 5G Unlimited, starting at $25 per line per month for 4 lines. Start saving now with Mobile Plus Home Discount. So game more, watch more, and save more. Switch now. Add Verizon Wireless and add up your savings. Only on Verizon.
Discover your future this spring at Wells College.
Here's your biggie bag? Well, that food for $5, that's my go-to.
Ooh, that's a lot of dosh.
Just like you and me. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
You can always bet on Biggie. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag.
And Doug.
Hey, man. Nice base. Clearly you're a safe driver. You could save hundreds for safe driving with Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Woo! We gotta go get.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Catch week 3 of the USFL season on Fox starting tonight as the Memphis Showboats take on the Houston Gamblers, 7 Eastern time. Then tomorrow, the New Jersey Generals take on the Michigan Panthers at 4 o'clock, all on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Getting ready for stage 2. Let's go to Josh Sims on pit road.
Yeah, it's some trouble for the 98. They think they got some damage with something falling on the roof of that 98, so damage to the roof hatch. They came down to address it. It looks like they're going to have to come back down and try and fix that up. So you see them back on pit road to try and address this. And a rough start to the day for the 98. Remember, they also got a penalty earlier for speeding on pit road, guys.
Yeah, he gets the speeding penalty, and he wasn't the only one making stops here at the end of the opening stage. 31 of Parker Retzloff also got a speeding penalty, so lots of adversities to overcome. There's an interested onlooker, Eric Almirola, checking out the action. Sitting on the, I guess he's on the Cole Custer box, maybe?
I think he's on Riley's box.
Was it Riley's?
Richard Boswell.
Oh, it was Richard, yeah.
You see that they try to tape up the
NASCAR
tank
tank
here,
cut that
so it doesn't fly up, and then NASCAR's making them cut it, which I don't know if the tape's going to do anything if it's cut.
Yeah.
So their roof hatch issues may continue.
Kyle Weatherman stays out. Last pit of it, lap 21. Takes the outside lane on those older tires. And he restarts alongside series winner Ryan Truex.
If you're kind of pulling them belts tight, a little tighter.
All right.
You're about to get
Going back green.
John Hart's probably going to go 3 wide at the top right here. Should be interesting.
There goes John Hunter trying to get 3 wide top off of turn 2. He's going to get there. Oh. He was a little cautious there, just in case, because that's one of those situations. You get a little trust factor there. If the 0-2 Kyle Weatherman comes up and pins John Hunter in the wall, he has one of the fastest cars in his rack. So
There's a little rubber up there. He was having to drive through. It's a little cleaner, just a bit lower. So he tried to make it work, and he's in the right position now.
Look at Allgaier. Had the speeding penalty. Pitted those tires. And
I will be right back. I'm going to grab a wrap.
10, top 5 now. Racing Sammy Smith. Chandler Smith is there.
Sammy got in there, got a little loose, washed up the racetrack, opened the door for Chandler Smith to stick his nose in there.
Watch the 9 car here on this replay. He lost a lot of positions off the turn 2. He got a little loose.
Oh! You want to be up there. Look how dirty it is. Look at all the dust coming off the back of that car. Not cleaned up yet, way up top yet.
That was a team I was anxious to watch today. This has been a pretty good track for Brandon. And his crew chief, Jason Burdett, is the one that really enjoyed all that success over the years with Justin Allgaier here at Dover. I felt like they were a group that had a chance today, but when he went wide, lost the momentum, was put back in the 17th position. Daniel Hemrick came to play outside of Sheldon Creed. Creed the top 10, bringing Sam Mayer with him. First time we've said Sam's name today. He was really good here a season ago in his first Dover start in the Xfinity Series.
I remember the 2 of Sheldon Creed. He just had some damage on the front of his car, probably from that brake ring. They took an extra long stop. He went to track position to fix the nose. You see some of the tape there right above the splitter.
If he can make this work and get back up inside the top 5, I think he's going to sort of notice how fast that car is. Because we all wonder, what's he going to do in the dirty air? They've got it fixed. He's racing around some cars now and continues to show some speed in that too.
You see that group there in front of him? Out of those 3 cars, you got Chandler Smith, Cole Custer, Josh Berry all racing each other. You know, it's early in the run, so you see them still kind of buried to the bottom.
but we also saw last run as the tires kind of wore, they started moving up the racetrack. So right now, everyone's just kind of grinding it out on the bottom, waiting for the car in front of them to slip up. So this gives them just the golden bears, what I always call it. Just the gap, just like that. Cole Custer, get a gap, get really close to Chandler Smith, try to pack that air in the rear spoiler. Not enough to make it happen that time, but then checks him up enough for Josh Berry to get there. Chandler Smith's been doing a really good job this entire year, racing up front, putting himself in positions to be up front. He's a aggressive driver. I've been impressed with him in the Xfinity Series.
And, you know, this has not been a track that's been great to college over the years, so for him to come here and do it speaks to how talented he is. I mean, he really, on multiple occasions this season, has shown what he's got behind the wheel. I think about Las Vegas, certainly the win in Richmond, racing side by side with a driver who's won here, Nascar, and that 0-0 continues to fight.
Chandler's fighting hard. You see how Cole's really underneath him. Chandler pitched him hard into 2/3. Didn't allow Cole to get the run off the corner.
Mayer behind him gets by Sheldon Creed, not going after his teammate. Last year's winner, Josh Berry in the 8th. The 1 is Mayer, the 19-year-old from Wisconsin.
Ooh, a little nudge there.
What about that one car, Regan?
Well, if you just noted how he's running up through the field right now, a lot of comments during the last pit stop from drivers that wanted some adjustments. One car that did not, though, was Sam Mayer. Very happy with the balance of his race car. In fact, he said to crew chief Marty Linkley, it is perfect right now, so keep an eye on Sam as the day plays out here.
Oh, trouble. Parker Kligerman. That looks bad.
It's a hard hit there. I think he got a lot.
We're done. One idiot.
Seems like he's probably mad.
Just drove all over your left rear there.
Brandon McReynolds, the spotter. Here's the replay of what they're talking about.
Just tags him in the left rear, just barely enough to send him around. And there's not much room to go spinning here, especially, well, really anywhere at Dover, but you come off the corner, get tagged like that. You look at Parker in there, feeling it, trying to save it, and just gets finished off.
24 kind of just stays in it, too. Give him a chance, but Corey Hines, he's going to be the guy in the same situation there with the way the racing works.
Corey Hine driving the 24, making his Xfinity Series debut, regular in the Craftsman Truck Series. 3 career wins, including a victory earlier this season at Martinsville.
This is the moment where Parker's probably going to tell him,
this is a welcome to the Xfinity Series. Is that what this greeting's going to be?
This isn't, no, the welcome may come later. This is going to be the what the heck were you thinking gesture.
Nice parting gift.
Yeah, but I think he gave him the finger.
Yeah. That's really all you can do at that point, you know? Your car's wrecked.
That's the second time in 3 races the bird has been flying in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Ryan Truex flying out front.
Rated T for teen.
Remember, just feel. All right, you're on Kobo. The Mogo Wampa thing is coming. You're not scared. Show me focus. Good. Now playing baseball. Right. You will take me to the senator now.
Take me to the senator now.
Less wrist.
Mark, you know I don't actually have the force, right?
BD1 says no excuses. Hold it. You get 2 lightsabers?
Well, technically 1, but I can split them.
You never gave me 2 lightsabers.
Mark?
Doug, okay, now use your force powers to pull that sphere.
I really don't need you to explain the force to me.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
No, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Nice tip. I'll give you $2 for the chair.
2? That's a Victorian antique.
All right. How much for the recliner then?
Wait, how did that get out here? That is definitely not for sale.
Is this a yard sale?
If it's in the yard, then it's for sale.
Here we go.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance.
Looks like you got a corner office. Lucky.
Be part of something greater.
When it comes to the love of Sargento real natural cheese, we all belong together.
Sargento, we're real cheese people.
Natural recipes. Beneful. Eat happy. Try new Incredibites. Just for small dogs. Okay, cut it.
Ray Magliozzi here. When you need parts, eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Let's say you'll need headlights and the bumper. At least you can skip the car wash. Just go to eBay Motors. The check needs a guaranteed fit. Let's ride.
Since the dawn of man, getting help has been hard. Whether it's for ED, hair loss, or your mental health. Through HIMS, getting help is simple. It all starts with one small click for you. And you. And you. That can change everything for future you. That's healthcare, as it should be. Click now, thank yourself later. Get started at 4hims.com.
Parker told me I'm number one. I like that. I agree. You are number one, bud.
I think Parker meant something different.
That's great analysis by you.
I'm not a genius or anything, but I'm pretty sure it didn't mean that.
Communication is key. You talk about opposite ends of the spectrum. I mentioned that Corey Himes driving the 24 today for Sam Hunt. In 2 weeks, we go to Darlington. Tyler Reddick, two-time champion, Cup Series winner, going to drive the 24.
He's been in that car a couple times this year. He ran Fontana earlier this year.
Ironically enough, last year he got the 48, their first win in team history. So maybe in a couple of weeks, if it doesn't happen today, he could do it for Sam Hunt and their organization.
Well, I'm pretty much decided to stay out here underneath under this caution here as they come to the choose. So I'll save a set of tires for the end of the race. You see they're pretty equal for the most part. Pretty much shortest or take the top, right? Take the shortest lane. If it's equal, top lane.
Do you like to juke at the choose cone? Try and set somebody up for that?
No, I'm trying not to juke myself.
That's how I am.
Like they're just going to pick a lane here.
I'm kind of the same way. When you juke, you get juked. Is that how that works?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. You can outsmart yourself.
Let's give a call to Kyle Weatherman, who stayed out at the end of the stage. He's on those older tires.
He's done a tremendous job. I didn't see that coming. I thought he would get swallowed up by the field a lot quicker than he did, and he really kind of found himself. Obviously, he's still sixth, right? He kind of was just able to settle in right there.
Yeah, that's
a big deal.
Big at the end of this stage. He can have an extra set of tires, just like some of the other guys that have a tire advantage going in this last stage. Going to be 21 laps to go. Stage 2 as we return to the green flag. Front row, Ryan Truex. Outside of Austin Hill, Nemechek Allgaier up there. Sammy Smith, we mentioned Weatherman, Chandler Smith, and Cole Custer.
You see it, top lane getting a good push on the outside. Both those Gibbs cars working well together.
Austin Hill not going away.
Hard right here. Almost cleared him. Not quite, though. It's where he's going to get loose under him and see him wiggle up the racetrack.
The bottom lane has really fought hard today, harder than I thought. You know, most of the time that outside lane has such an advantage, but they've been able to keep up through 1 and 2. Truex back on point. He's led 33 laps today, and if you're just joining us, won stage 1, his first ever stage victory in the Xfinity Series. Getting ready to say, don't look now, but there's a guy that's really good on concrete tracks in that 7 car, and he's starting to get toward the front.
Absolutely, and he had a speeding penalty earlier in the race on the competition caution, so as you imagine, Justin Allgaier has a really fast car. It's been able to work its way all the way up into the 4th position from a speeding penalty.
That 7 car, I feel like it's been good at Dover forever. 2 wins for Allgaier. Really, since he came back to Junior Motorsports in the Xfinity Series, he's a player here every time. And before that, I mentioned 2015, Regan won in the 7. So this is a group with a 7 on the door that's been very, very competitive. 9 consecutive top 10s at Dover for Justin. And in fact, you go back, and this is what I'm talking about. Since he came back to Junior Motorsports, he is Mr. Monster Mile. The 2 wins, all the top 5s. And the average finish at a track where you have 1 slip up and you finish 35th and out of the race, 3.4 average is remarkable.
That's great. It just tells me that he really understands what he needs out of his race car to go faster. And communicated to his crew chief, they build a car around Justin Allgaier, around the driver, what he needs in the car. And then Justin does a great job at managing his race car, right? We've seen so many times here at Dover, your car's balance starts going one direction, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse if you cannot adjust as a driver. So, meaning if your car is loose, it's going to keep getting freer if you cannot figure a way to adjust it. Or if it's tight, same thing, it'll keep getting tighter as you go.
Sam Mayer to 9th, get by his teammate Josh Berry, Regan.
And the day started out so promising for Parker Clarendon, starting on the pole. Unfortunately, you're the first car out of the race. We saw the displeasure he expressed on the racetrack. How tough is this one to take?
Yeah, it hurts because what was on offer, right? The opportunity here today. Regan, it just, we weren't good. You know, I think we were in that position because we were going backwards, we were struggling, but Patrick Donnie and everyone was going to work on this thing. And it seemed like one of those days where we were just going to really have to find a way, right, to get better and keep working on our spike floors Camaro and go for this opportunity of $100,000 because I looked and none of our competitors are having that good of a day either. It wasn't like their lights out. So we could have worked on it and been there at the end. Hopefully we could have had a big day. Obviously the points deserve some time, but you know, I just hate it because when we were hurting, the driver got into us, like, you can see we're struggling. You know, give me a quarter. Give me a quarter. We'll gather it up. You can go by. But this wasn't the case. You know what? We'll be better next time. That's the best thing we can do. Thanks, Parker.
He mentioned the points. Parker came in on the playoff bubble, 10 above the cut line, 10 in front of Sam Mayer, who's having a pretty decent day. So that's something we'll keep an eye on as the afternoon continues. It reminds me a little bit of last week at Talladega, Dash for Cash. It's like no one wanted the money. They were all crashing out and getting eliminated. Parker is out of the race. Custer leading the way, going for the $100,000. He's top 5, 3 to 7. Jeff Burton is 12th right now.
Yeah, you see the same thing with the Dash for Cash guys, right? Sometimes it's just how it works. Sometimes the extra pressure affects teams in different ways. Sometimes it makes them better. Sometimes it makes them crack. But here's the deal with this guys. This guy showed up here, today with no practice. They didn't get to a tune on their cars or anything like that. So you gotta give them a little bit of grace on the overall balance of their cars right now.
Raja Carew, 22nd. Second time he's been to Dover in an Xfinity car. Busy time of year for him. Racing next Saturday night on FS1 of the Craftsman Truck Series going to Kansas. Running full-time for GMS over there.
You can see that rubber line building there, and it's so key. If you can keep your left front right against the edge of that asphalt, it sometimes rotates you on around the corner, kind of pulls you around the corner. Joey, what's your favorite line around Dover?
You're asking the guy who's never won here in anything besides an Xfinity car, but an Xfinity car, I've always was a big fan of wrapping the bottom. Cars don't have as much horsepower. You can't, it's not like if you go up the racetrack and come back down, you don't have a bunch of power to hook back up, so you don't get the full reward of the diamond lane. So I was always a big fan of wrapping the bottom, right underneath the rubber like you're talking about, Austin. It seemed like it was able to get all that speed through the center and then make sure your car turns when I call it the 2/3, right here where Herb says. That's where your car's got to really finish the turn and come up out of that hole. If you start getting tight before that, you can make big lifts, you lose all that momentum down the straightaway.
And you talk about coming up out of that hole. When you come up out of there and your car has that big swing moment, it's not fun. You want it to be locked in there so you can really smash the gas and stay in it when you leave.
Yeah, that's why you want the turning done before. You see Riley's going to try to get around the bottom underneath the Weatherman here. It's still on those old tires, but he's still hanging pretty strong.
This is the forward performance onboard camera. Herb's trying to get back to the top 20 after multiple pit stops and that speeding penalty. Ryan Truex,
look how fast he is.
Traffic.
Oh, the lap cars just seconds quicker when you see a closing rate like that. He is multiple seconds quicker in those cars.
I mentioned earlier that Truex had led in only 8 races in his career, 47 laps out front today. And he had led 67 laps in his career in the first 88 starts he had made in Xfinity competition. Career afternoon. The driver out of New Jersey calls this racetrack home and trying to do something his brother Martin did here on the cup side, and that's gets your first career victory. Today would be the first time he pulled into victory lane. It's early, but he has made himself the favorite.
He's catching these lap cars at such a high pace, they don't know which direction to go.
They can't get out of his way quick enough as fast as Ryan Truex is right now around this racetrack.
Sheldon's fought back to 7th place, but I really think the damage on the front end of his car has kind of put him where he's at. You know, his car had so much speed earlier, and I don't think they've completely fixed it. I think at this break they really need to work on it, try and get that front end fixed, and maybe he can show something later in this race.
But you know what? He's getting those stage points and in position to do it again. You know, last year he entered this race 45 points below the cut line. Today he comes in nearly 40 above. That's like a better than 2 race improvement over last year. So they've done a lot of positive things this season, and even though they had the problem where they got the damage, they're fighting through it and salvaging a very solid day and not out of the game yet. 3 to go, stage 2.
Ryan Truex is just waxing the field right now. He is, 3.5 seconds in front of Austin Hill right now. It's just incredible the pace that he's carrying, even through lap traffic. He's getting after it.
On board with Nemechek. Looking back at Allgaier. Working through some lap traffic. So we hit 2 to go. Stage 2.
And something that I don't think we paid off on this was a 7 of Justin Allgaier on 2 tires.
So he took the 2 to get track position, yeah?
Yeah, so he got his track position and he's maintaining. So that also shows a lot of strength in that car. He was passing cars on 2 tires. So after this stage, it'll really give you a good read on that one.
Get out the broom. It's a sweep. Stage 1 to the 19. Stage 2 to the 19.
All right, so Ryan Truex sweeps the stages.
Does it again. It's the 3rd time a driver has swept both stages at Dover. That's the good news. The bad news, those drivers did not go on and win the race. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry. Austin Hill, solid points. Nemechek up there in the top 5. Same for Allgaier, Cole Custer. Chandler Smith, Creed, Sammy Smith, Mayer, and Barry. Welcome home.
With wet AMD, sometimes I worry my world is getting smaller because of my sight. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments, which means doing more of what I love. Vabysmo is the only treatment designed to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye, or are allergic to it or any of its ingredients. Treatments like Vabysmo can cause eye infection or retinal detachment. Vabysmo may cause a temporary increase in eye pressure after receiving the injection. Although uncommon, there is a potential risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots.
Open up your world.
A chance for up to 4 months between treatments with Vabysmo. Ask your doctor.
Meet Ultimate Hybrid, advanced ceramic and wax technology. The best of both worlds, but better. Only from Mothers.
I need to try it first.
Solving crimes has never tasted so good.
Delicious. I murdered a donut.
That's a crime scene. Crime Scene Kitchen returns Monday, May 22nd on Fox.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup.
I will be back. I have to pee.
Find new roads at Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total value on a 2023 Silverado with a turbo output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Quickfill gasoline is made right here in America. United Refining Company, who operates Quickfill, refines its gasoline from North American crude oil in Warren, Pennsylvania. When you buy United Refining Company gasoline at Quickfill, you keep jobs and businesses in America. And you keep American families strong. You don't need to send your money overseas when you buy gasoline. Buy American-made gasoline at Quickfill. Quickfill, driving America.
I feel like the last segment, Joey said something about, yeah, I've never been good here. I've never won here. Oh, well, I won a couple of Xfinity races. How about 4 in a row?
I was good here in an Xfinity car for sure. I had that part figured out for a while.
I just love that you didn't discriminate. You said, you know what, if I sweep the season for Joe Gibbs Racing, and now I'm going to Team Penske, I'll get a sweep for them as well.
I had to prove it wasn't just the car. You know, as a driver, you got to prove both sides.
Did you start on the pole in all 4 of those, too? Or is that,
yes.
I make that up?
Yeah,
okay.
we did.
Yeah,
It was pretty dominant little couple years there.
Reason I asked.
I haven't been able to get a ride to drive one since. I don't understand.
If there were stages then, you would have swept the stages. That's why that stat is the way it is.
It's been that long since I raced here.
Pit road is open, and everybody going to pit here, no doubt. Get ready for that long run that we'll get in the final stage. Ryan Truex leads him down. Look at his advantage pulling in. That's got to be a good thing as he makes the pit stop. Here they are, Regan.
Out of the 20, John Hunter Nemechek still struggling to get that car exactly like he wants. The middle continues to be the problem. He can't go back to the throttle the way he wants to because he gets a little bit tight through the middle. The 00 full cluster. His race car's solid. He likes where it's at after the run. Gets into a few laps. Problem is it starts off just a little bit too loose for him with the backslide around. Josh?
On the 19 of Brian Truex, who stage 1 and 2 winner, said that's the best his car has fired up all day. They're going to get 4 tires, but he didn't want anything done to change that car. And in terms of the 21 of Austin Hill, he was getting tight towards the end of that run. He said it was getting edgy into 3, so they made an air pressure adjustment to help him out.
I think that's a good call by Ryan. I wouldn't want any changes either, but he does not win the race off pit road. That goes to Austin Hill, who has that #1 pit stall. What an advantage that is for driver 21. Truex is second. Nemechek holds his spot in third. Custer and Chandler Smith, both +1.
Hey, Ryan Truex, not Junior. How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, you guys are waxing them out there today. What are you loving about that 19 car?
Yeah, it's been pretty fun so far. Yeah, the old Toyota accessories, GR Super's been fast. The guys did a great job. Man, I just love this racetrack. So happy to be back here and be in such a great car, such a great team. Just having fun, trying to keep up with the racetrack and make sure we can be good here at the end.
Well, keep up the good work. Nothing like home, man. Try and get here to the finish. We'll be watching and cheering you on in the booth.
Appreciate it.
Home game for Ryan Truex, and he has delivered so far, winning stage 1 and stage 2. He'll be second as we begin the final stage. You know, 13 drivers have picked up their first career win here.
Targets are on site.
Were you followed? No. Do you have the assets? It's all here, as we discussed.
I'm in position.
Should we get some lunch? Sounds good. Famished.
If you're an undercover agent, you need to be undercover. And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
We're out to get out of there. In pursuit.
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy. Let's get you up to speed.
Lunch time!
Your workspace is ready.
Looks like you got a corner office.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
Ashley's new lower prices are here. Look for price reductions on hundreds of items throughout the store and online. And for a limited time, find unbelievable savings on some of our best-selling collections. Plus, 5-year special financing. Shop and save today, only at Ashley.
Historically, sauces are either sweet or spicy. But Arby's new King's Hawaiian Chicken Sandwich is both. Because Arby's makes both. History and sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
I need to try it first.
The science of shine. Lightning fast with ultra-durable, super hydrophobic results. Mother's CMX line of car care products. The advanced science of shine. When it comes to the love of Sargento real natural cheese, we all belong together.
Sargento, we're real cheese people.
Ego, Milwaukee, Steel, all the top-rated brands, all run on their own single battery system, and all come from one source, your local Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Oh, hey, buddy, let's eat naturally. Natural recipes, great taste is guaranteed.
Natural recipes. Beneful. Eat happy. Try new Incredibites. Just for small dogs.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good. Like, you might even forget we have wings good. So we threw in 6 boneless wings for $1 as a reminder. Buy any burger, get 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Driver! Start your
Set for the final stage in Dover, Delaware for the Nascar Xfinity Series. Here are the drivers delivering. When it comes to stage points, Ryan Truex gets the sweep. His teammate John Hunter Nemechek, solid. Same for Austin Hill. Good day for Sheldon Creed. Cole Custer front row. Got 9 stage points. Austin Hill, your race leader as we get ready to go for the final step.
Yeah, the 19 can just, like as soon as he lands, the 19 just cracks throttle and he just squirts across the middle. A couple car lengths on me, and then we kind of station out with him from the rest of the corner. But just that, being able to carry that speed across the middle is huge for him right now. We'll get there. We ain't done yet.
They're still tuning on her. He's got the lead right now. He's got the track position. Obviously, he's got to clear Ryan Truex on the bottom. But taking the outside there, the RCR cars, we've seen it all day long. They got wicked launch getting out of the restart zone there. So my guess is that Austin Hill is going to have the 19 clear before he gets into turn 1.
And if he does, that clean air is going to last a long time. I mean,
Kind of just hope we stay green for this final stage because, like I said, I got to leave at 3:50. That's an hour, pretty much an hour from now.
Because if he lets Truex out there, you're going to have to pray for caution at some point to have another shot at it.
We're going to hit the halfway point as we begin our final stage at Dover.
Green coming up to her bump here, hold it straight, I'll you down.
Pretty equal restart. Austin Hill was not able to clear him into the corner, but he gets him once he's landed into the corner.
Was that a wicked launch?
That was almost wicked. That was a semi-wicked launch.
That was wick. It might have been wicked. That was a wick launch.
Hey, don't make fun of me now.
John Hunter Nemechek comes through to second. Side by side for fourth. Cole Custer's got Sheldon Creed right behind him.
Chandler Smith up there on the top side, really hanging on. Sammy Smith going 3 wide into turn 3. It's going to be tight.
Oh, around goes Sheldon.
Somehow, some way, he hangs on. No contact.
Wow. Wow.
An unbelievable save for the 2 of Sheldon Creed, who just got sucked around.
Yeah, you saw that entry to turn 3 wide, door to door to door. No one was really ahead. Nobody lifted. And here it is right here. The 7, Justin Allgaier. He's going to try to pinch them all. Down onto the bottom. Yeah, just go over those bumps. As you land down into turn 3 some bumps, you kind of see that car move
That was
a little bit. No side
amazing
force because
save.
the 7's right next to him. Squeezed in, and around she goes.
Yeah, when you're on the door of somebody like that, it's just very tough. And you can see the smoke, the powder coming off the tire right there. He's still in the gas.
Yeah, it's like a dust. It's kind of crazy looking.
Fortunate for him, he's still got a race car here. Another set of tires because they saved it earlier in this race, so he can bolt those on. Try and come from the back to the front. Man, it's so hard to give up right there, but somebody's got to give 3 wide here. Most of the time, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, someone had to, and it's usually the person that has the advantage. The tough part is they kind of went in there with no one really having the advantage, right? That Sammy Smith was the only one that might have been behind, and he actually lifted to make sure his car stayed on the bottom.
Right. And he had the prime location. Sheldon's kind of in the worst position with the best advantage.
Let's ride with Raja Caruth, driver's eye.
Record out the front, record out the front, record out the front.
The field did a really good job there.
On the brakes, all the way.
Yeah, that could have been way worse.
They all scattered, did a really good job.
I'm going to throw this thought out as he pits here. It's going to be 97 laps to go when he pits. This is beyond what we anticipated the fuel window would be. However, you get a couple of cautions. If you got to play the game and create some track position, this could be it. I doubt it, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, a couple cautions, and maybe you can, maybe you can tie it together. If it runs green from here, maybe he can save enough under green to not have to pit if it runs green. Probably not going to happen, though.
And I tell you what changed his day is that damage right there you see on the front end. That's a big gaping hole there, and they didn't get it fixed. And it's tough, man. You're trying not to give up track position, but
that's
maybe
a big
here,
hole.
yeah, maybe right here they can fix it since they're going to the tail.
They're going to fix it right this time. They got the time to do it, nothing to lose. It's on there good.
Did we tell you it rained here yesterday? Did you see all the water that was standing in and around the pit box when the crew was getting ready to go over? That's got to be a bit of a distraction when you're, I mean, not in this situation really, but if you're coming down for that money stop, that could be something that creates a hiccup for one of these teams.
Yeah, these guys are so aggressive pitting the car now, right? If the bottom of your shoes are a little wet, you jump off the wall, you're going to go for a slide.
A little soggy feet.
Pretty sure concrete's not that soft.
Let's get a little Justin Allgaier radio.
I didn't need to do anything different there, did I? I mean, I don't think I did, but you'll have to be the judge. No. The 2 needed to cover the bottom, not let 18 in there. You left the door open. 18 was aggressive, as you might expect. Yeah.
I'm not putting this on Justin Allgaier in any way, right? They're 3 wide. It's going to be tight no matter what. You know, everyone's got to give a little bit. He's on the outside. I mean, he did squeeze him quite a bit, but he's already 3 wide. The track's only so wide, right? And that's kind of a narrow entry. You can't enter much higher than where Justin was at already.
And he took
just
the risk.
racing.
He took the risk himself to stay there, right? I mean, the 2 could have slid into him and took him with him. He was taking a pretty good risk.
They all were just hoping that somebody left it.
200 laps today, 400 tomorrow. NASCAR's top shelf racing for the 11th time, 2023. Pre-race coverage. By the way, make a note of this. Moved up to noon. We're racing at 1 right here on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Joey starting 26th. Austin coming shotgun on the field in the backup. And Josh Berry going to be driving the 48 tomorrow for the injured Alex Bowman. Alex injured in a sprint car crash this week. Alex, we're thinking about you. Get well soon. We hope to see you back at the track. And it'll be the second stint for Josh Berry in a cup car this year because, of course, he drove that 9 car with Chase Elliott in the broken leg earlier in the season.
We got our work cut out for us tomorrow, Austin. We are starting in the weeds. Not where you want to be. We didn't even speed and we're in the weeds. We didn't speed enough. That's what the problem was. We didn't go fast enough.
The monster bit me early this morning. I guess I was just a little too confident she didn't have enough grip for my mindset.
Just pretend that you were going to get a speeding penalty in the opening set of stops, and now you're ahead, actually. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
okay. Well, I was just hoping we qualified today, you know? I just really needed qualifying to happen. We got sunned out instead of rained out.
I didn't gain or lose anything.
It was bizarre here, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Had a little mist after practice, and with the Xfinity race, and you know the weather forecast hasn't been unbelievable this weekend, and so NASCAR said we're going to wash out Cup qualifying, and at least you guys got a little track time, which could help tomorrow. I know Austin, of course, you're in that backup, so that'll be tough.
Little is an exaggeration. One lap.
Front row, Austin Hill, John Hunter Nemechek. Hill goes outside. We'll see if he gets that wicked launch again.
Nemechek's going to fight hard here to try to get the lead from Austin Hill. His teammate was proven to have the fastest car on the racetrack. Now to his outside, Ryan Truex.
I tell you what, Austin Hill, once again, impressive every week in that Bennett Chevy. Finds himself in good positions, puts himself in great positions. That team's working really well this year.
I feel like they need it today because they've been on a bit of a slide. We know how good they have been at the drafting tracks. Didn't get the payoff last week at Talladega, which you felt like that might be the get-right race. 3 wins early. You see it here. Daytona, Las Vegas, Atlanta. This is the kind of track where if you can come and get it done, your confidence just skyrockets, and he's delivering. He's got a great battle for third.
See Cole Custer back there just behind this battle, racing side by side, trying to get the third. This is where it gets always so loose into the corner when you're side by side into 3. Cole knows that. He lifts early. He's going to wrap around the bottom, looking to charge the center of the corner. Then they get to the 2/3, and it gets a little bit tight for both of them. Can't quite make it happen.
Another one of our Dash for Cash guys having problems. Parker Kligerman is out. Sheldon Creed brought out that last caution after the pit stop and the restart. He's 23rd. Carrying the cash around right now, Cole Custer 3rd. Got Jeb Burton 13th. We highlight those drivers in the pylon in purple.
Now, Austin Hill's plan right now is to try to do everything he possibly can to wear Ryan Truex's tires out. Stay in front of him as long as possible. Make that car wide. Race the dog poo out of him to try to stay in front of him. Because once there's clean air on Truex's car, it's going to be hard to beat him again. And he slips up just a little bit there. Oh, he got his quarter panel to pull him back.
That little slip.
Whoa.
How good
That was
is that 19
great
car today?
move.
He can go wherever he wants with a lot of pace. You know, Austin talked about his ability to run through the center just faster than what he's able to, and I think he can do it kind of up a lane, down a lane. He's been pretty impressive.
This is where I thought he might get compromised when he lost control, and here he is again.
I think the only thing that could compromise him is they don't have an extra set lane. You know, these guys have an extra set. Some of them do.
Here's a replay of the move. You see him get underneath of Austin Hill off of turn 4, clamp his quarter panel. That's a lot of drag on Austin Hill's car. Able to get position, get a little loose at the landing. I think that spooked Austin Hill a little bit. Yeah, and off he went.
You think he heard the old tire squall underneath him?
He probably thought about it.
Here's 19 radio.
Sure, thanks. What do you supposed to say back?
He makes that pass, and already his advantage over second is, well over a second. I mean, he gets by and starts just checking out with that clean air.
Yeah, but obviously he's still going to pit one more time.
Yeah, everyone should, yeah.
I don't think they can make it from here, so they're going to have to pit one more time. Obviously, plenty of opportunity for everybody to make something happen still.
Talked about the possibility of Sheldon Creed maybe playing strategy because they made that pit stop with 97 to go after sliding sideways, but he has been on it since the restart, up 8 positions. Make it plus 11 since the restart now. He's up to 18th. probably be in the top 15 when we return. We're going side by side. Ryan Truex, your leader at Dover. Austin Hill, John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer, Justin Allgaier in the top 5.
Remember how lucky we are to get to do this every week?
We remember the racing, the action,
I'm speechless. This is the greatest day of my life.
the calls, the community. But when we look back, we also need to remember the men and women who serve this country and all they do to keep us safe and free.
A huge weekend of USFL action kicks off on Fox.
Look at that.
Tonight at 7 Eastern, the Memphis Showboats take on the Houston Gamblers.
See you later.
Then tomorrow at 4, the New Jersey Generals battle the Michigan Panthers.
This is it.
Real pros.
Unbelievable.
Real football for real fans.
Let's go.
Week 3 USFL action heats up this weekend on Fox.
Craftsman is back. And to celebrate our return to the NASCAR Truck Series, we're offering racing fans different Craftsman deals throughout the season. Because teams can count on Craftsman tools to get the job done. And now you can too. When you take advantage of the Craftsman deal of the race, you'll save on the tools that'll help you power through your projects. And this deal, well, it's going fast. So scan the QR code now to get the current deal of the race.
The deal of the race brought to you by Craftsman.
Arby's new loaded fries have lots of friends. Meat bacon, the fun one. Crispy chicken, the silly one. Cheddar, the cozy one. And
We
then
got
the
a car
sauce
slow on
drizzled in
track,
like,
but he's coming to
"What's
pit
up,
road. I don't
loaded
think we'll have a
fries?"
caution.
Arby's, we have the meat.
The science of shine. Lightning fast
Jeffrey
with
Earnhardt.
ultra-durable, super hydrophobic results. Mother's CMX line of car care products. The advanced science of shine.
There's a thin line in the NASCAR Xfinity Series between being a name they know and being a name they'll never forget.
Plenty to watch while we were side by side. Jeffrey Earnhardt had come to pit road. Some smoke out of the 44. And this race for fourth has really been outstanding. 00 Cole Custer, 7 Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, I've been watching this battle over the commercial break. Justin Allgaier definitely has a faster car. They're going to use the lap car as a pick, but Cole Custer's going to try to cross him over. He's in there.
I think the 7's got the advantage now, having the outside. He finally made it happen. That was a grind. That was a battle.
It was a grind, and I'm sure Justin Allgaier was like, come on, man, I'm faster, and you just let me go. There's a long ways to go in the race. Justin thinks probably at this point he has a chance to at least get up into the top 2 and maybe have a run for Ryan Truex. I think that 7 car is faster than it's shown most of the day.
These are 2 of the 3 drivers that have won at Dover that are racing today. Custer got it done in 2019. A pair of wins for Allgaier in that 7 car for Junior Motorsports, and Josh Berry, the other one here a season ago. He's back behind him in 7th right now. Speaking of Junior Motorsports, all 4 of their cars now inside the top 10 after all 4 finished in the top 5 in this race last year. It's only the 2nd time in series history that had happened. Joe Gibbs Racing did it once. You know, when you come to Dover, there are going to be problems. Eventually, there's going to be some adversity. Something's going to go wrong. Riley Herbst has had a couple of issues today, but he finds himself in 12, trying to get back on that top 10 train that they have gotten off of the last few weeks. And an update on Sheldon Creed. Led a bunch of laps early, had some debris, extended stop, and then they had to spin, but he's driving his way back toward the front. In fact, if he gets by Jeff Burton, he'll be back inside the top 15.
He's going for that $100 grand too. He's one of the Dash for Cash cars, so being able to get the nose repaired, although he was in the caution and you had to use up a set of tires, he's able to gain up 14 spots.
Creed actually getting by Brett Moffitt, put him in the 15th position. Derek Kraus has been driving the Dash for Cash races because Cup drivers cannot run this 10 car for Team Colleague, and he's done an outstanding job. A couple of top 10s, didn't get the finish he wanted last week at Talladega. looking pretty good today, 13th. Kyle Larson actually going to drive the 10-car for Colleague in a couple of weeks at Darlington. But Kraus is a driver that had no experience at this level, really has done a good job.
Yeah, he's doing what he needs to do. He needs to get all the laps run. He's running in a good position here, battling with two other young guys right here with a little more experience. But I'm really impressed with this 10 team at Colleague. Got to drive it earlier this year. They are a good group with Alex Younts running there, Chris Rice. They put together good race cars, and there's been tons of drivers in there. So that's hard for that team. Each week you're having somebody different in there, but they've done a good job to keep themselves toward the front very often.
Top 10 every week so far this year until last week at Talladega. And you mentioned a number of drivers, you and Justin Haley. A.J. Allmendinger won in that car at Circuit of the Americas, and we look forward to seeing Kyle Larson at Darlington. 14 days from now, you can watch a throwback Saturday right here on FS1.
I love that throwback week. I think it's one of the most fun things to watch. And here's, look at Riley Herbst, Pressure, and Chandler Smith. And that checks him up just enough for Krause. We just talked about him trying to get his nose in there, get a little air on it, sneak it through the center of the corner, and then we talk about it all the time. 2/3 point right here. That's where it gets tricky for that guy on the bottom.
You got to step aside. We'll keep you involved in what's happening as we go side by side. Ryan Truex leading with 69 laps to go. He's 2 seconds in front of Austin Hill.
Remember how lucky we are to get to do this every week?
We remember the racing.
What's up, Sammy boy? What's up, Jaden? Just enjoying this race. Hoping that it ends before I have to leave. I'll have to leave at 3:50. So I think it will be. But I hope it's over before then.
And all they do to keep us safe and free.
It's orientation day. Welcome to the team.
Who wants to race?
I would imagine it ends before then. Yeah, me too.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm at this wing joint telling people that Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
Dozen wings.
And did you know that Geico offers motorcycle insurance? Oh, my lips are burning. Ah, no, my lips are actually burning.
Geico, over 85 years of savings and service. See how much you could save at geico.com.
It's too hot. Oh, this is too hot, mate.
When I was 5, I was sleeping with a gun underneath my pillow.
140 years ago, the Hatfields were burning down our homes.
We have a lot of anger towards the McCoys.
It's the devil's curse. It's in the genes.
You know me when I get around McCoy.
This is our empire. I'm out to get Courtney McCoy.
I will steamroll over them.
McCoys don't have failure in them. We're going to raise hell.
The Real Hatfields and McCoys, Forever Feuding. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
Here is where it must be left on the track. And now is when the future is written in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Get down to it in Dover, Delaware. It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series, racing for the 77th time at the Monster Mile with Joey Logano, Austin Dillon. I'm Adam Alexander. 63 laps to go, and Ryan Truex has been remarkable today, winning both stages, leading 84 of 138 laps, and just when it looked like he might be compromised, he's able to drive by Austin Hill, and he is in charge.
Yeah, he just had such a fast race car. It's just, he's done a great job at managing it and executing the race. It's one thing having a fast race car, but you got to manage the whole race on top of that. So everyone's doing a good job so far.
Yeah, that's right. We got a long way to go. Hey, since we're inside of a month until we do our drivers-only broadcast from Charlotte, and you're one of those leading the way on that, Joey, I want to turn it over to the two of you and do a little drivers-only, a sampling of what we'll see at Charlotte Memorial Day weekend.
Well, here's a scary thought for all of us, if it's just the drivers. Well, if we're talking about drivers, let's look at some of the drivers. John Hunter Nemechek right here from inside the car, you see another camera off his left front splitter. And I was like,
Does Ryan Truex have an Xfinity win? No, he has never won an Xfinity race before. So today would be his first win. At the same track that his brother got his first Cup win.
Like I said, watch his head as he goes into the corner. Watch the car land. Kind of gets down in there. There's a lot of G-forces that you fight here at Dover. To me, it's the most physically demanding racetrack on the driver throughout a race, right? It's just one that's just so challenging physically. G-forces you fight, the focus it takes to be right on the apron like he's at right there, and trying to be perfect for
you can see his body when he comes up out onto the straightaway, how much he lifts up. It almost looks like it pulls him down in the seat and then comes up out of the seat as he gets to the straightaway.
You see the same thing, right? Look at his head bounce around a lot. You know, it's not one of those places that you want to be loose, that's for sure. It makes your day really, really long. But another piece that you talk about, the elevations kind of go up and down, right? As you come up out of the corner here, you pop up and you lose all your grip. So you better have all your turning done while you're in load. And then when you fall back down into the corner here, you know, you kind of get loaded up once you get to the landed point, and then you have all your grip. That's when you do your turning.
Nearly there on your tight door.
These guys are racing hard right now, and the rubber has come all the way across the track. So you got guys running all the way up the track. Cole's kind of running the middle of the track. He was all the way up, but it's gotten so far around that you're seeing guys start to migrate back down the track, trying to find any kind of clean concrete they can find.
And here's Raja Caruth. He's hanging on back there right now, trying to work on his race car, moving around the racetrack. You see him kind of running up at the edge of the rubber. We call that the edge of the rubber. Right at the very, very top. You see John Hunter Nemechek going by him. It's always Justin Allgaier. Just trying to find grip at any point, right? And you have a car that's just not handling perfectly. Yeah, a lot of work to do in there, for sure.
Well, Adam, you want to join us?
Well, do you think I fit in? You guys were giving some wonderful knowledge there.
We need you.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying that live on the air.
Adam needs a raise.
My new agent, Joey Logano. Here's the line.
I just take 10%. That's a big deal.
10%. May 27th, Harvick in the booth with Joey and Blaney. Tyler Reddick on pit road with Austin Cindric in our studio. You got Brad, you got Ricky. There was a rumor Eric Almirola is going to be there as well. So we're looking forward to that. Always one of the great days of the year. Regan?
Quite in the 16 car, Chandler Smith stuck in the 11th position right now. One spot back from where he started that last restart. He was excited about this run, though. Felt like they had a very good long-run car. They were wanting this race to go like it is right now. Unfortunately, it's gone too tight on him. He can't get it to turn like he needs to. Josh?
It's been a long afternoon for the 98 of Bradley Herbst. He had that pit road penalty for speeding. He had damage to the roof of the car. Well, now he's complaining that the car is just too loose. And a few minutes ago, he came over the radio and said, this thing just won't turn, guys.
Riley is deep as 35th in this race, but he wants a top 10 and probably right now wants a caution. You know, the last time we made green flag pit stops here, August of 2020 in the Xfinity Series. It's been a while, and we know how difficult it is to get onto pit road here under green on old tires, but we're knocking on the door of doing that. It could be another 10 or 15 laps, but we could very well see some green flag pit stops here today. We'll get in a side-by-side break, awaiting those potential green flag pit stops. Another spot for Sheldon Creed. He's 11th. Ryan Truex, your leader.
A huge weekend of USFL action kicks off on Fox.
Look at that!
Tonight at 7 Eastern, the Memphis Showboats take on the Houston Gamblers.
See you later!
Then tomorrow at 4, the New Jersey Generals battle the Michigan Panthers.
This is it.
Real pros.
Unbelievable.
Real football for real fans.
Let's go!
Week 3 USFL action heats up this weekend on Fox.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend. Haul or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough, and it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you, because this isn't just about our capability, it's about yours.
I need to try it first.
Marco's new Magnifico pizzas are loaded with old world sausage and pepperoni to deliver your taste buds to crispy, savory glory. And it all starts at $9.99. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it.
Imagine a scrapbook filled with all your favorite memories of 75 years of NASCAR gone by. Now imagine that scrapbook going 190 miles per hour. You don't have to imagine it. You need to get to Darlington, where the drivers of today tackle the track too tough to tame, just like they did your first time. NASCAR Throwback Weekend at Darlington Raceway. Get your tickets today at darlingtonraceway.com.
45 laps to go for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Here at the Monster Mile. 10th race of the year in 2023, surprisingly. And I hate to say this because every time I do, the next week I go in the garage and all the teams remind me that I've said it again. But Junior Motorsports still winless this season. They had 2 victories at this stage of 2022.
And right there's a battle for second place, guys. Justin Allgaier has driven his way back up to the top 2. Obviously, Ryan Truex is a long ways up there, 5.5 seconds away. But he's in position now if a caution was to come out.
And give a call to this team because he had the speeding penalty. They made the 2 tires stop to gain some track position. Beyond that, the 7 car just really fast. Josh Berry, saw there in traffic, has worked his way into the top 5. I said it earlier, but all 4 Junior Motorsports Chevrolets inside the top 10 today, so they've had a really good day.
Yeah, you talk about the green flag cycle here that can start really at any moment. There's a few different plays here. You can short pit it, which would be pitting right now, put 4 tires on and try to make as much time as you possibly can. But if the caution comes out, you're down a lap and you're out of tires. And so that's a real risky play right now. Or you run it as long as you possibly can. And if you have to pit, maybe you only put 2 tires on or just enough gas to get down to the end, which I think a lot of these guys may be thinking about right now.
Yeah, it's very situational dependent. If you've got that win in the back pocket, it's easy to be super aggressive right now. Take a chance. Be the first one to hit pit road or be the last.
And if you're Ryan Truex, you just wait. You just wait to see what everybody else does. You have a 5.5 second gap. You've earned that advantage. Wait and see what Justin Allgaier does, what Austin Hill, John Hunter Nemechek, Josh Berry even. Wait and see what they do, and then you can make your strategy call from there. They are in the catbird seat right now to just be patient.
We were trying to show you there what 5.5 seconds looks like on track, and you can see it on the GPS up there top left.
Yeah, right now Justin Allgaier is coming off the corner as Ryan Truex goes into the corner. Justin's probably wondering, where is he? Because he can't see him. He's coming off the corner. Where is the leader at? What place are we? We're second that far back. Shows how strong Ryan Truex has been today.
I said it earlier, but Dover Motor Speedway, and this is a surprising stat to me because this place is so difficult. But when you talk about drivers getting their first career victory, 13 of them at Dover, that's the most. Hickory at 10. You know, you got Charlotte on board, Daytona.
It's cool to see Hickory on there.
It is.
Pit stop's underway. First one to come in under green, John Hunter Nemechek, Regan.
Adam, he's been getting a lot of notes about what his teammate is doing on the lead line-wise, trying to work on his line, to work on his car from the driver's seat. I know I told the team I'm a little loose, I'm a little tight, I don't really know exactly what I need. As I've been trying to get the perfect balance on that car.
38 to go, lap 162. Nemechek running inside the top 5, gives up his position to pit. He was 4th in 7.2 seconds back. Here comes his rookie teammate Sammy Smith. And he's already won on this pit stop because he was able to get in as a rookie at Dover and he didn't spin it. Now if he doesn't speed, he's got to feel really good about the execution, right?
you're going so fast here, and you're on old tires. Getting below that orange box and getting to pit road correctly is a very tough task. One of the hardest places to hit
not
pit
get
road.
run over while you pit is always challenging here.
I love the story of Sammy Smith. He's a high school senior, going to graduate if he hasn't already, but taking classes online, moved from Iowa, Johnston, where he's from, to North Carolina, to put himself in position to drive this race car, living on his own, having another good day today. Last year's winner making a pit stop, Regan.
And that car's been clicking off some really good laps here as this run goes on. The biggest issue is he's good on the bottom. He's struggling to run anywhere other than the bottom of the car. Gets too free and too loose when he moves up to the top of the track.
And you can see on our map, top left, when these guys make a pit stop, what happens to them in regard to race leader Ryan Truex. When you make a pit stop here under green, you lose that lap, but you got those fresher tires, and we'll see how it all cycles out after Truex and the others up front make their stop.
Yeah, and how long do you keep the 19 out if you're that crew chief? Now the people have hit pit road. The fourth place car was the first one to hit pit road. It's going to be gaining some time here for the next couple laps.
I still think he's got a couple laps to make the call if he's going to do it. You see Jason Ratcliffe up there.
This time, wave them off, wave them off, wave them off. This time.
Corey Hine got a penalty coming down pit road. So the cyclist stops, said put you a lap behind, put you 2 laps behind the leader. Here's Sam Mayer making his stop, Josh.
Yeah, an update on 19 of Ryan Truex, who's been happy with their car. He's been strong about 113 laps. They just need a clean pit stop here. Remember, this is a place he nearly won, so he's looking to complete that here.
Young driver's doing a really good job of executing the green flag pit stop. Leader is in. Ryan Truex in the 19.
This is just no mistakes. Clean pit stop.
Gonna be tough.
Back down to Josh.
Yeah, and Justin Allgaier was reporting that the balance was off for most of the race with that 7 car, but during that last run, he felt like he had something he could finally work with. Hoping for a clean pit stop, hoping they can get this and give him something to work with. To the 21 of Austin Hill. For him, it's all been about finding the right line, the fastest line, to try and track down those leading cars.
A little longer stop for Ryan Truex. We'll see what that does to impact things on track. His advantage when the cycle began, 5.5 seconds. Cole Custer yet to make a stop. Sheldon Creed on track behind him. Remember, Creed, the one we talked about that can run longer because of when they made their stop after spinning. They made one cycle down pit road since the end of stage 2 when they had that slide in turns 3 and 4.
So you got the short pit strategy that's kind of out. Not that it's really short pit. They still ran pretty long. But they're going to try to get the full advantage of putting 4 tires on. I think this might be the second strategy. Cole Custer, Sheldon Creed, Herbst, maybe even Chandler Smith, with a move of possibly running this thing until basically you're out of gas and then making a shorter pit stop with probably only 2 tires.
Yeah, I like to be on one side or the other. At the very beginning of short pit or the last one to hit pit road.
Yes.
If you're in the middle, it usually just doesn't play out, or you're not gaining much.
Cole Custer stays on track. Out of the gas, looks like he's going to come this time. He'll do it with 28 laps to go. Top of your screen, you can see where everyone is through the cycle. The 19 still in front of the 20 as Custer comes down to you, Regan.
Adam, his car fires off very good. They got it good for the first 5 laps. The problem for Cole, it goes tight from that point on during the runs. In particular, when the rubber goes down on the track, he's really struggling to get the nose across the rubber on the racetrack.
Scheduled green flag pit stops here at Dover, and they're happening inside of 30 laps to go. With Custer coming in, Sheldon Creed is now the race leader. We believe he is going to have to pit, although he pitted a little bit later. As I said earlier, Riley Herbst is second, Chandler Smith in the top 5, Brett Moffitt, Jeb Burton, and you can see the last time that they made a pit stop, Ryan Truex has now cycled back inside the top 10, and he has maintained his advantage over those drivers that were behind him when the cycle began.
mean, I love what the two cars doing here. I mean, you have nothing to lose. You're trying to get a win, lock yourself in the playoff. Hoping for a caution, obviously, if they can't make it on fuel, which we don't believe they can. But, you know, go as long as possible.
Yeah, I like the play. Yeah, I like you're going for 100 grand too, and that was probably this is their way to get the 100 grand. Jeff Burton looks like they're probably doing a similar thing right now.
Derek Krause speeding on pit road when he made his green flag stop. On board with Riley Herbst.
And that may be the one reason that Cole Custer pitted when he did, is for the 100 grand. To get a little more tire advantage on these two if they have to bid.
Do something different. Yeah, stay on a different strategy.
This would be the battle for second right now. Watching Barry and Allgaier, they're the ones that have made up the most ground through the cycle, I believe. When you look at the scoring monitor of those drivers that have made pit stops, they're the ones that would fall in line behind Ryan Truex. Truex scored 6 right now, 1 lap down. Now, obviously, if the caution comes out, he would get the free pass, but that's another thing to monitor here, these drivers that are a lap down because they made that pit stop under green. .22 laps to go. You mentioned that the stop from Truex was a little slow. We didn't have an official number. Justin Allgaier, the one that really did a good job. We put the comparison in, and you see the difference for Allgaier, what the driver did, how the crew executed, and the overall. That's why Allgaier has been able to make up some ground.
Yeah, you see that. Yeah, it's all in the pit crew. The driver, it looks like they were able to do a very similar job, obviously, and it's all in the pit crew, which allowed him to get close for a minute, but not for long. And now you see Ryan Truex there. He's behind Sheldon Creed, who's the leader of the race. He's going to try to unlap himself right here, which is key if the caution was to come out.
It's big not only for him, but also Josh Berry, who would be the next guy in line a lap down, right? And then he would be in a free pass situation should the caution come out. Truex goes by.
I noticed the
I think our time would allow us for a caution.
It's not a lot.
Still got 29 minutes.
Brightness on the track down there in 1 and 2.
See Chandler coming in, getting his 4 tires. They ran long, right? The gamble for them was, let's pray there's a caution and we can snag all this track position. It just has that running long type of feeling right now, though.
Right, yeah. If you're the 2, you're asking, hey, is there something on the track?
This takes me back a little bit to 2015, I think it was, when you had Roush teammates Chris Buescher and Bubba Wallace, who played the long-run game in the final stage, and we kept wondering, when are they going to pit? When are they going to pit? When are they going to pit? Ultimately, they never did, and it played out for them to win the race on a fuel mileage run in the final stage. Again, we just don't anticipate that happening here, but you know, every lap that goes by, you start to question a little more, and you would think, based on the fact that they pitted at lap 103, and Herbst and Moffitt and Jeff Burton behind them pitted at 94, and they've not been back in. I mean, that's a little gas in the tank if you're the 2 team.
They could definitely go longer than anybody, and you know that's the play they have right now. So if that's your only advantage you got, run it out, see what can happen here.
It's been interesting if he would have been saving fuel from the beginning. You know, he gained a lot of track position throughout this run. I don't know how many laps he could have stretched it. I mean, it might be you're 10 short. I mean, he might only have 6 left in here right now. But yeah, it's playing out. We'll see how it goes.
This is definitely one of those racetracks, Austin, that you can save a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
Right, you're off the gas a lot. You can lift a little bit sooner, coaster down into the corner, maybe pick up the gas a little later. Just staying off the loud pedal and off the brakes, that's usually the best way to save fuel.
Another thing I was going to say, this is a really long run. It's a physical track. Some of these guys are going to start making mistakes because you get tired out there. It's a long run. If you haven't done your homework, you didn't hydrate, you haven't been working out, staying in shape, this place can get after you, especially a long run like this.
Absolutely.
14 to go.
Who's got a little left in the tank? Not only in the gas tank, but physically for the end of this to get a couple more spots out there.
Barry and Allgaier have both gotten by to get back on the lead lap, and that should be indicated in our pylon when we cycle around the next time. Jeff Burton pits. That leaves Riley Herbst behind Sheldon Creed as the only two drivers that are yet to make a pit stop under green in the final stage.
Is that audio from the set?
That was Justin Allgaier saying, let's go, I guess, firing up the team. He was 5.5 seconds back, and that's pretty close to what he is now behind Truex. Barry would now be second in.
Really hope Sheldon doesn't run out.
If the cycle does complete itself. Barry in front of his teammate.
Yeah, Riley Herb's doing the same thing that Creed's doing as well, right? They're both out there riding it out. Come on, baby. They are doing anything they can. Please the caution, because at any point they're going to get close.
Just got a report. Two-car Sheldon Creed will pit next time.
No!
So he'll do it with 10 laps to go. Good
That
news for
sucks.
only 10 laps remaining. Shouldn't need to stay.
I really hope Riley doesn't.
A little squirrely as he locks it down.
Hope he can run out.
Inside the orange box to make his stop.
He got all he could there on pit road. I mean, they played the strategy. It's going to hurt them in the end of the finish, but they had a shot here if the caution would have fell.
I like the chant. I like the gamble on that. Why don't we give it a shot? Here comes a 98 as well.
Down to Josh.
And just Sheldon Creed coming into pit right now. There was a debate whether or not they could make
All right, and Riley's pitting, so Ryan Truex takes the lead.
fuel to make it to the end, so ultimately decided to come in and pit, guys.
Josh Berry is close competitors, 6 seconds behind him.
And Sheldon Creed. We talked about the two-tire option maybe late in the round. He
Coming to 9 laps to go.
Interesting play.
Yeah, he the cycle began. So we'll see what it nets him after the spin, and then they had the debris early when they had the extended stop. So they've had some problems today. If you get a top 10 out of it, you got to leave here feeling like it's a success. Nice stage points.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard last 9 laps full of fuel on old tires.
Yeah, it's going to hurt him for sure, right? But I think that is the risk he took, right?
Yeah.
And you might as well, right? You already put yourself in a tough spot after a spin. This is give ourselves a chance to maybe make some track position, maybe put ourselves in position with a late race caution to win this thing. Go for it. Their risk is, well, shoot their 10th now. You know, after a quick gas and go, they'll probably lose a spot, maybe 1 or 2 by the end of the race, maybe. But overall, I like that. That's a good call.
Riley Herbst caught speeding when he made his green flag pit stop.
Ooh, that's a killer. That's a killer. Can't do that. That's right at the end. That's a tough one.
7 laps to go. The advantage for Ryan Truex, 5.7 seconds. Last time Truex won in NASCAR was September 2010 at New Hampshire in the E-Series. He was 18 years old. Current Cup drivers Bubba Wallace, Ty Dillon, Corey LaJoie were in that race. 6 to go. And let's go back to the first Cup win for older brother Martin. It happened right here at Dover. And he had been so good in the Xfinity Series, driving for Chance 2 Motorsports. Talking about Martin, we wondered when will the victory come? Where will it be? 2007, springtime. Martin Truex Jr. celebrating the biggest stage. What a successful career. Went on, of course, to win a championship. 5 laps away for younger brother Ryan to get it done at the same track.
And what a track to have a dominant race car, right? You just go out there and spank the field at your home racetrack. Like, that's the best place to do it. And right now, as long as nothing goes wrong and there's no caution that could change all this up, he's 5.5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, and he's done a great job today. He's been flawless on the track, done what he's had to do to get to this position with 4 to go.
You know, a lot of credit's got to go to Jason Ratcliffe as well. Jason's a great crew chief, been in the sport for a long, long time. Should he crew chief me in the Cup Series, crew chief me in Xfinity cars? Feels like a different lifetime ago. At this point, he's still around, obviously producing some really good race cars on the racetrack. So kudos to him and his group.
3 laps to go, 5-second advantage, lots of lap traffic. 3 remaining. Going to be 2 this time around. The last thing you want to see if you're Ryan Truex is the caution. You just want to get back to that white flag so you don't have to deal with another restart.
All right, 2 laps to go.
He just wants to get through his traffic. Just
Coming to the white flag.
Let me be in control. I'll run the bottom and get around that. Sheldon Creed on the old tires still. We talked about his strategy over and over again. He's running 11th. He's going to have a decent day at the end of the day.
All right, white flag is in the air. One more time around Dover.
White flag is out at Dover. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. We're 129 miles from Marietta, New Jersey. Hometown for Ryan Truex.
This is something. He's been in NASCAR for like 13 years now, never gotten a win. This is big. That's awesome, man. I'm proud of him. I don't like his brother, but hey. Not a fan of his brother, but hey, I'm a fan of him. Let's go. Ryan Truex wins.
Just a dominant race car, right? When you have just that much speed, all you hope is let's just not screw this one up. and they did it. They executed the perfect race, the right strategy from start to finish, and dominated. There's no other word for it.
Third driver this season to get his first career victory. 2 of them for Joe Gibbs Racing. Sammy Smith got it done at Phoenix. Chandler Smith, the rookie, won at Richmond. And today belongs to Ryan Truex at Dover. Dover his first time winner. That's number 14 for Dover. And today, the 14th win for Joe Gibbs Racing.
I love seeing a driver get their first win. Especially with after all, like I said, he's been in NASCAR literally for like 13 years. Never gotten a win. Ran some cup races, not many, but ran more Xfinity and truck races. But seems like he's just been kind of on and off. Like you see him some years and then he like disappears for a year. It's cool. It's cool to see him get a win.
He's been second on multiple occasions, including right here at Dover. Today he officially climbs the mountain.
He swept the stages, laps up to 11th, and the top 10 were on the lead lap.
This year he hadn't raced since last July. It's so difficult when you don't get that rhythm and routine behind the wheel. No problem for Ryan this afternoon.
I think he needs to let the flow out. Go ahead and get the helmet off, let the flow out, show the people what they want. Is that what they want?
Yeah, it was cool for Ryan Truex.
197 wins.
To do it at his home track, too, that's cool.
In the Xfinity Series. 31 years
There's
old,
that flow.
from Marietta, New Jersey. And Ryan Truex wins it today. Josh?
Ryan, think back to 2012. How close you were to getting that first victory right here. Fast forward to today. Does it make it that much sweeter knowing you got it done at your home track?
I'm out of breath, man. Oh my God. Just so thankful. All these fans, my team, everybody that stuck behind me. Most people didn't believe in me, and I still did. My girlfriend, Leah, my family, parents, brother, everybody. Just so thankful to be here. It's amazing. I felt like wanting to go and just wait for something to happen. And I was just praying, please, guys, just keep everything straight. Let's get to the end of this. And what a car. What an amazing GR Supra. I'm speechless. I thought I'd be more emotional right now, but when I crossed the flag, I couldn't even talk on the radio. I'm not an emotional guy, so yeah. This is for everyone that doubted me.
Ryan, I asked you this week how your career would have been different if you had won that race back in 2012. What does this win do for your career going forward?
I belong here, and I just proved that. And I've known it for a while. People around me have known it for a while, and now everybody in this garage area knows it. And my goal is to drive one of these cars full-time next year, and hopefully we can make it happen. Congratulations, Ryan.
Nice job for Ryan Truex.
Well, Josh Berry comes home in the runner-up position today. Josh had a fast race car, particularly at the end.
All right, y'all, so this is where I am going to end the stream. I got to work here in about 15 minutes, so yeah, it sucks. But tomorrow I'll be live at 12:45. They moved up the start time to 1 p.m. instead of 2 p.m., so I'll be live at 12:45. But to be completely honest, I probably won't even be live tomorrow because I really, like, I'm going to check the forecast right now. But it's been the same for a few days, and it's not looked good. So I will double check it, though, right now.
We'll see what we can do tomorrow. But I just want to thank the Jarrett family, everything they do for us here at Jeter Motorsports, everybody on this 18 for working so hard. It's a fun day. I love this racetrack. And
tomorrow, yeah, literally rain all day tomorrow. But Monday looks good, and I don't work Monday, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to be Monday. But yeah. All right, y'all, I'm going to end this stream right here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and peace out.